Alright, welcome back everyone. In this lesson we're going to add the kick drum and probably the snare drum and maybe the hats as well. But this is basically to make the drum part for our house style EDM song. Okay, whoa, what have I done? I need to go bigger, but not that big. Okay, so here we notice we've got 17.1, 17.2. So we need this note to start on each of the beats. So that's very important. So you can't extend it out any further. You don't want to loop it, because if you loop it, then by the time we get to this part of the bar, we've actually done 5 kick drums in 4 beats. So for this one, you need to just be patient and manually do each beat so that it starts. Notice there's a bigger uptick where each beat starts, beats 1, 2, 3, and 4, and so you'll do that, and then once you've done that, then you're allowed to copy paste, and you'll do that for 16 bars. So here we go to, whoops, sorry, you can't copy and paste just like a madman like I was about to do, because you need to make sure each one starts on the bar. So do that, copy this bunch, do that, copy this bunch, find the beat, do that. There we go. There's our 16 bar phrases. In dance music, something I haven't mentioned, often we're using 8 or 16 bar phrases. In this case, we're going to use 16 bars as the demo. So we have just been through our clap. So we'll play what we did earlier and we'll play what we just made. Alright. We're going to talk about some more ways to make the melody a bit more interesting in a later video, but for now I'm just going to quickly copy these other parts in so we have some kind of foundation to build on our song. Okay, so we've added the kick part. Now we're going to have to zoom back in, go over here, open up our EDM samples, and then we're going to find the snare part, the snare drum part, and then we're going to go in and we're going to need to find enough differentiation where we can see where beat 2 and beat 4 are in each of the bars. So here's beat 2 and here's beat 4 and etc. 2, 4, 2, 4. Copy those, do it some more, copy those, do it some more, copy those, do it some more, get rid of these extra ones, should be right. There we go. Okay, so we're playing the snare drum on beat 2 and 4. This is also what's known as a backbeat in rock music, but it basically builds out what we're looking for. So there's our snare part, very straightforward, and then the hi-hat part is basically going to be on the off beats, so on beat 1 and, sorry, on beat the and of 1, the and of 2, the and of 3, the and of 4. You'll hear that in just a moment. Here we go. So I need to make it slightly bigger so I can clearly see the differentiation between each part of the beat. And then we're going to be in the second half of this bar. There's see this little up the top? There's a little half beat there. So we're going to be in the second part of the bar, second part, second part, second part. You know the drill by now. Alrighty, so then our drum part, I'll just mute these other parts. Drum part sounds like this. And adding the other parts. Okay, one last thing that we want to add is the crash symbol. The crash symbol is basically used to indicate that there's a new section coming up. So in this case, we're going to add one right here. We're also going to chuck one in the 8th bar of the drop, and then we'll put one at the end where we're going into the breakdown. Let me just loop these back. Here we go. So find your crash sound, grab it, drag it over, plop it there. There we go, perfect. Find the 8th bar of the form, in this case bar 25. Whoops. Plop it there, and plop it there. There we go. So then, when we've gone ba ba da ba 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 da ba, alright, cool. I want you to give that a go. Create your own drum part using the samples from the website. Remember, you can find those on Schoology.